Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe Showcase video. Today we're going to be talking about Dante. Finally, I have him. I've been working on him. And my god, have I been missing out on a really fun frame. Honestly, if y'all don't have him yet, I'd recommend you pick him up. Definitely fun. He's a bit complicated with his fourth, I think. But once you get the hang of him, he's just a powerhouse. Um, Without further ado, let's get on to the video. So, I'm going to show you right now, Dante has nothing on it right now. Neither does his Noctua, which is the whole point of this. This is just a throwaway loadout that I have because I'm working on him. Um, Move on to his abilities. So he has a neat passive where kills with his first ability perform scans for your codex, and on enemies that are fully scanned, I think they take 50%. I think they what do they do? What does it say here? The status chances increased by 50% on fully scanned enemies. Going on to his first, Dante has an Exalted Tome, which is like a grimoire, which is a book that he can summon, and like the grimoire, he can fire pages at them. And the neat thing, different from the grimoire, is that his alt fire is a wave of energy, not like a ball of light or something, you know. With infinite punch through, I think, and maybe not infinite punch through, but it has a lot of punch through, and it deals a lot of damage. Really good thing to use. Another thing with the first, when he gets kills with it, like I said, his passive will allow him to take scans. So if you haven't used a Helios or if you haven't used a Helio Core, he's a good alternative for filling up your codex and getting information on enemies you don't have. And that pretty much sums up the first. Moving on to his second ability, the Light Verse. Essentially what it does is as you cast it, Dante will do like a circle, and what will happen is you'll get overguard and you will get increased health. There is a cap on the overguard that you can generate just from this ability alone, which is at 15,000, and it is within a 20-meter radius. So if anybody's close to you, you can do that for them. And these this two and this three, they work well. They work together for the fourth, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Going on to his third ability. Oh, okay, so what you have to remember with the second ability is it just good for overguard and generates health. That's all it's good for within a set range. Good stuff for survivability. And especially when fighting like SMS units, because getting knocked down and stuff, really good stuff. It's good at countering that. Going into the Dark Burst, so essentially when you cast it, what Dante's going to do is it's going to swipe 2 times in an X form, and it's going to proc slash into enemies in front of him within a set distance, set range. And, well, I mean, you're dealing slash damage, so it'll do damage over time. Here is what that looks like. Going over Dante's fourth ability, which for me still perplexes me, but I kind of understand it, has 4 different uses, and they all depends on the sequence and how you use both the light and the dark verse. Okay, so if you use 2 light verses and you hit your fourth, what's going to happen is you're going to greatly provide a lot of overguard and a lot of health for your team. Um, if I'm not mistaken, you can spam it, and there is a cap to the overguard. Um, if you spam 2 dark verses, then you hit your final verse, you will proc something that will proc a lot of status, and from what it'll proc a lot of slash. But I think whatever, if you're like in a team setting, like you're public matchmaking, whatever enemy's taking a lot of status, you just proc all that status on him at once, and should do a lot of damage. And I might have them mixed up, but if you use a light and a dark verse, you will summon, I believe, a bird that will, from what I've noticed with my time playing with him, will draw fire from enemies onto the birds, but will also make the enemies take more status. And if you fire a dark and a light verse, it could be reversed by the way, I'm not 100%. You get a little Noctua that flies next to you, and it will fight alongside you for a certain amount of time. Overall, when you're using Dante, you're gonna want to mod for range and strength, And I think that's it. I don't think he needs a lot of duration, to be honest. Maybe with how long the slash procs last with the Dark Verse, or maybe with how long Final Verse is up. But for the most part, you're gonna want to go with a lot of strength and range. Um, that's just from my initial like thoughts. All right. Now to showcase his abilities. Once again, if you haven't seen it before, there are no mods on him right now. Nothing whatsoever. So what you're gonna be seeing is max rank, but at base with no mods. And we're gonna, let's see, what are we gonna go against? I'm gonna go down to level 30 enemies real quick. And we will fight against the Grenier. So showing off his first, like I said, Exalted Book. And here's what that looks like. When you fire it, you mess up a little more. You will do damage. And it does proc your enemies. So really good ability. And then the alt fire, if you want to see what that looks like. I personally think it's really strong. Definitely gonna get it mined out and stuff. Really fun to see. And you generate the alt fire by getting killed. Okay, cast. Let me put this away. Spawn him again. So here is what the light verse looks like. That's all he does. As you can see, I get 350 overguard. I hit it again, I go up, I hit it again, I go up, keep hitting it. So you can spam it and build overguard. That's pretty much what it does. Going over his third. Oh yeah, I'll show you his fourth later, but going over his third, this is what it does to enemies when you hit your third. I want you to keep in mind, that's max rank base, level 30 enemies. Third ability is really strong, really cool. And now the fourth is where it's going to get complicated. Because it's fun. It's fun to use, 100%. So let's start off with the two light verses. So I cast light verse twice. Right now I'm at 3150 shields. Anyone will around me when I cast my fourth. As you can see on the bottom right, you can see I have both pages filled. I hit my fourth and I get more. You want to get more shields? Spam it. Again. Shields go up. Just keep that in mind. Obviously it goes up, I believe, with strength and range. Okay, so going on to the two dark verses. Cast them out there. I don't want to kill these guys when you cast them. And you see if I cast it over here? Yeah. That's what it does. It really melts people. And then, sure enough, when you use a light and a dark verse. Okay, so light in the dark verse spawns a book next to you. So get this book. You don't need it out, but like it'll fight alongside you. So cast it. And it's firing alongside you. So you definitely need it. I don't know if this spreadsheet is doing anything by itself. Yeah, I'm not aware of what it does completely, but definitely fun. When we do a dark light burst, you will spawn a little bird. Or birds. which will draw fire from enemies and overall just have them take more status. And they do do it in Trust me, it's a really good ability when you use it in game. Am I missing anyone? No, we're good. Now to show off how you want to mod him. Like I said, if you are a new or beginning player, I mean, all the same thing. If you're a beginner slash intermediate player, if you don't have prime mods, keep an eye out for Barocketeer. If you don't have set mods, you can get them off the Cambion Drift, Cetus, and Fortuna. And any other corrupted mod that is used here, you can farm off the demo corrupted vaults. For that, you need corrupted hollow keys, which are in clan dojos. So yeah, anything else like the Archon mods, the Umbra mods, you get them through the game. And yeah, so for him, I gave him an um a universal aura polarity, so I can use whatever. I did test it out with what is it, pistol amp, and I don't think it affects the Noctune. So instead, what I went for, just kind of keep up with the support role that I want to give him. I'm going with Jimmer Bond. These bond mods, you can get them in Cetus, Fortuna, and the Cambion Drift. And that'll give you some more slots to mod in. Obviously, you're going to want to go with Flow or Prime Flow if you want. Um, you're also going to want to throw in Intensify and Stretch for, where is it? Intensify and Stretch to cover the strength and the range. And then you're gonna wanna, what else do you wanna do? You're gonna wanna throw in something for survival. He's kind of weak on armor. So what you could do if you have it, because I think these are, like for me, when I was starting up, vigor and like armored agility were like my thing. So if you have prime vigor or regular vigor, slap that on there. Where I would run armor agility, I'm now running a Mars Hatred because it provides more strength and a little bit of armor, so he's not as squishy. And then me, because I want to lean more towards the strength, I will add Transient Fortitude, which you can get off the Corrupted Vaults and Demos. And then I want a little bit more strength. No, a little bit more. Well, I could go strength, honestly. I'm looking to bring up that duration a bit, so I'm going to go with Augur Message. And then you could go Augur Secrets if you want more strength, or if you want more range, you can throw on Augur Reach. We'll stick with that for now. Whatever you want to put on the Exodus slot is up to you. Depends on what you mod. No, depends on what you have, but this is kind of what I would go for. Kind of what I would go for. You can mess around with it. If you don't have certain mods, don't be afraid to like experiment with the best you have right now. Overall, this is what I would run with if I was a beginner. And I'm going to show you how his abilities stack up now that he's like modded out. Oh, and your first ability is moddable, so I'm going to show you what's that. I need to start doing this for exalted abilities. I have format this 4 times, so you might not have these exact same polarities. The unique trait of this weapon is there is no limit on tome that you want to use. Tomes, if you don't have them, you can farm them off the zoo, off the labs, the Uncharted labs. I think you have to do the mirror defense, and I think it's every 3 rounds. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't farmed for these in a while. But yeah, what I would run, and I want you to keep in mind this is beginner slash um, intermediate player. So if you've been playing a while and stuff, what you want to do is look at the stats. You can go hybrid, or you could go crit. Me, I'm gonna go full crit. So once again, if you don't have the prime variants, you need to keep an eye out for barrel. If you don't have and you can use the base ones. The base ones work just as good. Sorry, so I'm gonna run target cracker, pistol gambit to cover the crit. I'm gonna run hornet strike for the damage, barrel diffusion for multi-shot, lethal torrent for fire rate, and then so as I can see, it does a lot of slash and crit. So I would go for, where is it if I can find it here? I would go with this to up the status chance a bit. And normally I would want to go for Viral. You can go for Augur Pact. Or you can even go for something like, what is it? You can put on like a Hunter mod or something that enhances. I think Hunter mods. Let me see. Augur provides shields. There's a set that enhances crits hits. I'm not sure. I don't think it's the Hunter one. I think it's something else. It's not down here. Oh, you can add that, but what I'm gonna do just for time's sake, I'm gonna throw on Frostbite for a little bit more status chance. And what the cold does is it'll increase crit damage. And these mods you can get from running nightmare missions. So if you don't have your planets fully done, you can what can you do? You can finish all the nodes in a planet, do the nightmare missions, and you can find these. And then, just for now, I would throw an Augur Pack to deal more damage. And yeah, I'll show you how that looks like right now. I'm leaning in more towards a crit. The status isn't really much of a worry for me. I want to go more for crit. And yeah, let me show you what his abilities look like now. So I'm going to up these up to level 60 enemies. Once again, we're going to Grenier. Let's go get some energy. This is his first looks like now. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I'm tired. I just got to work. That takes a lot of work. And you're definitely yeah, definitely good ability. I'm gonna spawn him again and show you the alt fire. We'll spawn these guys. Once again, you build the alt fire to kills, so I'm gonna launch it diagonally. Yeah, as you can see, it really messes him up. And the cold is good for just adding Can I check out my overcard? No, I can't. Damn it. It's fine. So, now we got that done. I think this is where I can take off my overguard. So, watch how much more overguard I get, because I think we were getting like 350 per cast. So, we're going to cast this. It's going up a lot more. That's pretty much all that does. Showing off his third ability, which is real simple. You saw it right now. That's just the splash damage is messing everyone up. Except like the heavier armor targets. And then I'm to show off the fourth ability, which is really strong also. So we're gonna start off with the 2 light verses. Right now we're at 15,186. Now we're at 21,036. Do it again. 28,000. Again. 29,000, and I think we're capped. I think. Going on to your third ability. I don't want to kill this guy, so you hit that twice. Around enemies, you just... I'm gonna look this way, but you proc it, and you kill almost everyone. Yeah, essentially what it does is all the slash damage that all the status damage you're taking, instead of them taking it over time, I think it'll deal the damage in one hit. So with that, start off with a light verse and a dark verse for the little book that we get. That's a companion. I'm gonna cast my fourth. Am I gonna shoot? Boosting my damage or what it's doing, but overall, there's that. And then we're over to the dark and light burst. Spawn enemies again. And then go in and cast it over here. I would stand by these bows here as they make the ability tool. We are getting some kills, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. And we're gonna go over my build right now. These, keep in mind, these little builds that I do for beginners / intermediate players is just to give you an idea of how you want to mod it. It's not oh my god, you have to run this or whatever. It's not that. I don't care for like meta. I'm all for you all experimenting with your builds. My builds are never gonna be the greatest. I don't care about meta. I care about having fun, getting through the stuff I gotta get through. So there's that. So with that being said, here is what I'm running with my Dante. As you can see here, I'm running more strength and range, and I'm running pretty much what I was running the other one, just with better mods. And for my Noctua, I'm running this galvanized mods. You need to do arbitrations and gather vital essence. That is, and you can redeem these galvanized mods in the Arbiters of Hexes. And then my work is calling me. What the fuck? Sorry. And I'm using these Vol mods for... Oh, this one's not ranked up. What? Como? I've been slacking. I'm using this one because it reduces armor within... It reduces on kills. You reduce armor and shields of other enemies within affinity range by 5%. So it's a bit of... armor reduction, defense stripping, whatever you want to call. And this one I use it for just bonus ability strength, which I realize I haven't modded it up, which I gotta take care of that. I might need to. No, I think I have the capacity for that. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Still around level 60 enemies, and then we're gonna call it a night. before I do end the video, I do want to say that uploads are changing from Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays to Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, with Saturday being a live stream. Okay, so starting off this, here is first ability. I did use them on stream. I'm starting to stream more on Warframe and stuff. I did use them on stream for a bit, so you can kind of see how I'm gonna play. Here's a lot of damage. I think I'm capped with my overguard, so I will just cast it, see if I can go up. Oh yeah, I went up to 30,000. Cast it again. 30,082. Showing off my fourth ability. I'm dealing way more damage. I'm for the fourth. I am gonna up the damage. I mean, enemy level to. I guess we'll go max rank. Kind of show you the fourth. So showing off the two light races using your perfect bet. 34. So it does provide a lot of. I think I'm capped at how much overguard I can get, but that's how high I can go. Casting the two dark verses. As you can see, I'm going to click on the slash spot. I activate it. Everyone took all that damage at once. Again. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. Instead of popping the damage, it sends it all at once. That's pretty cool. I'm starting out with light and darkness, casting it, and book. And then, what are we missing? The dark and a light. Yeah, that's what we're missing. That's on the net. Oops, and there you go. Yeah, Dante's a really fun friend. He's really strong. Like I said, my builds aren't like so 100% this should just give you a guide on how you want to approach modding him. Really fun, really good for getting scans on enemies, and from my time using him, couldn't recommend him enough. He's really fun Warframe, honestly really is. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video. I understand my builds aren't like perfect, so don't bash me for my builds. It's for me. I'm all for having fun. And if you feel like you can make a better build, by all means, go for it. Have fun. Do what you gotta do, you know? Once again, I don't want to prolong the outro, because I have a habit of doing that. Hope y'all have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all at. And I will catch you all next time. Peace.